Hello, gorgeous ones. How are you all doing today? I really hope you're all well out there. If you're new to my channel, I'm Joseph, and if you are a returning subscriber, lovely to see you here. Today's not one tutorial, I'm teaching you how to do two things today. So the ultimate aim of today's tutorial is to make this, which I'm going to call my coconut acid cream. Again, if anyone can think of a better name than boring old coconut acid cream, suggestions in the comments would be greatly appreciated. And this is a pure white cream, and what this has got in it is loaded with coconut fruit acids, which we've made ourselves. And I'll tell you how to get those out of coconut oil. And this is virgin coconut oil, guys. Waffling. If that sounds like something you beautiful ones want to find out how to make, stay tuned. So guys, something like coconut oil is an excellent source for what are known as medium chain triglycerides, and it also has monoglycerides and diglycerides in. However, today we're going to be looking at medium chain triglycerides, and we're going to be separating them out from the coconut oil. And to do that, you'll need a bottle of lye or caustic soda. Quite a dangerous ingredient this one is, so do be very, very careful, and I'll talk about all precautions to take during the tutorial part. So guys, why would we even need to separate out the fatty acids from something like coconut oil? Because they come in a bound state, which means they're fused with something. And in this case, medium chain triglycerides, diglycerides and monoglycerides are all fatty acids which have been fused with molecules of glycerin or glycerol. And we need to separate them out so that we get them in their pure form. Does that make sense? Hope so. And as I said, this cream has got so many free form fatty acids in, and they'll benefit your skin in many ways, guys. First of all, they'll give you a really ultra gentle exfoliation. Secondly, they'll help to boost the moisture levels in your skin, and they'll actually help to reinforce the moisture barrier, which can become quite fragile, brittle, and on occasion just damaged, I suppose is as good a word as any, isn't it? Together with cholesterol and ceramides, beautiful ones, free-form fatty acids do actually form a water impermeable barrier on your skin, so that water which is in our skin won't evaporate, and also it helps to prevent environmental aggressors or assaults on your skin from occurring. So that's another good one, isn't it? Something like pure coconut oil, guys, is made up of just medium chain triglycerides. There are some diglycerides and some monoglycerides in there. However, again, today we're just looking at the medium chain triglycerides. Today we're looking at the medium chain triglycerides. Get it right? Okay, got it right. And I'd say there's probably around 7 or 8 different forms of free-form fatty acids in coconut oil. The largest by far is known as lauric acid or decanoic acid. If any of you know what I'm talking about, then all to the good. If you don't, I'll shut up. And I have 2 of these, guys. Can you see those? This one is coconut oil proper. There's nothing in there apart from coconut oil. And can you see because it's quite susceptible to heat, it melts very quickly, or very easily, I should say. And that's in its liquid, sort of like a creamy sort of form. It's not solid at the moment. However, you want to solidify your coconut oil, pop it in the fridge for an hour or 2. And in my other glass pot, guys, in this one is the free-form fatty acids I told you about. And this is exactly the same temperature as the other one, except these are all solid. Can you see? I'll take the lid off just to show you. I talked about the smell about them in a minute because they've got quite a peculiar sort of, and it sort of looks like a whipped sort of body cream, doesn't it? However, these are just pure free-form fatty acids in here, coconut fatty acids. And what I did to get these was I took about a tablespoonful out of the oil when it was in solid form, used around a teaspoon to a tablespoon of sodium hydroxide or lye, mixed it with a little drop of water, popped it into the coconut oil, mixed it round, and then let it, what's that? Oh, piece of fluff, sorry, piece of fluff. Mixed it round and then left it for like nearly 48 hours, because that way you need to give it enough time to let all of those glycerin molecules break away from the free fatty acids. And let's face it, guys, something like pure coconut oil smells gorgeous, doesn't it? And it evokes, tropical islands or holidays, and oh, it's just the most delicious smell. However, this one, my freeform fatty acids, and as I said, all I did to this was just add a teaspoon of, half a teaspoon of sodium hydroxide and a drop of water. Left it for 40. I'm waffling now, aren't I? Severe case of verbal diarrhea. Sorry, guys. And this one is total. The composition and the nature of the oil has totally changed. In fact, it's not oil anymore. All this is now is freeform fatty acids, and it's got a very unique sort of odor, which I'll talk to you about now. Each fatty acid, beautiful, has its own properties in skincare and chemistry and biology and so on, and it also has its own unique scent too. One of the most prominent smells in my freeform fatty acids is caprylic acid and capric acid. Now, if any of you heard of the star sign Capricorn, which is the sign of the goat, isn't it? And capric, or yeah, capric, the word capric in Latin means goat. And this acid has been named after the goat because it smells of goats. It does. There's no other way to describe it, beautiful ones. It just stinks. Lauric acid which is another free-form fatty acid in coconuts. Lauric acid. I'll write it down here. So, beautiful ones, without me waffling any further and boring the pants off all of you gorgeous ones, I'll teach you how to separate the glycerin from the free-form fatty acids, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about the cream, and then I'll show you how to make the cream, and then we'll close. Does that sound like a good idea? Let's do that. Right, beautiful ones, so you'll need some coconut oil, a bottle of caustic soda. Now do be very, very careful. Wear gloves, avoid splashing any of this on your skin because it will cause damage. A jug with around 300 mils of water in. Make sure it's cold water too, guys. Put caustic soda into hot water, you're asking for trouble. A bowl to do the mixing in, a little spoon. That piece of toilet paper. So into our 300 mils of water, we're going to add around half a teaspoon of caustic soda. And you'll see in a minute, because the water does get, it's called an exothermic reaction. The water gets really, really hot, so do be careful again. Into the bowl you need to add 5 teaspoons of coconut oil. And by adding the caustic soda to the coconut oil, we're breaking apart the molecules of glycerin and the free fatty acids. So we can use the fatty acids for other purposes, i.e. skin cream. So add 1 teaspoon of the caustic soda liquid. Give that a quick stir together and then leave it for 48 hours, beautiful ones. You don't have to touch it. We should solidify. So, beautiful ones, that's how we separate out the free fatty acids from an oil like coconut oil. And you can do this with any sort of oil. It works particularly well with olive oil, sunflower oil. However, today we're just focusing on coconut oil because the coconut oil has very, very much loaded with beneficial sort of fatty acids. And this is one I've just made, and I've just shot the tutorial for this. It tends to go through quite a liquidy phase. If you leave it for 48 hours, you'll notice big changes to the oil. First of all, it turns quite runny, sort of liquidy. Can you see that? And this is, as I said, I've just made this. And after about 24, 48 hours, the free fatty acids start to dissociate from the glycerin molecules, or they break apart, in other words. And it starts to really, really harden up, so that eventually you just end up with something like this. And that's solid. That is a solid pot of free fatty acids, which we can then use in in our skincare formulas, which is great. I won't keep banging on about, please just, heads up around the old caustic soda. Utmost caution, guys. If you get a splash of that on your skin, it can really, really cause nasty burns. Mucous membranes, avoid, your lips or the inside of your eyes. Just avoid all of those. Wear gloves, even goggles if you want to, protect yourself fully. Obviously, I'm quite seasoned with dealing with dangerous chemicals, so I didn't put any gloves on or anything. I haven't got any gloves anyway, but do you know what I mean? But don't do as I do as I say, if that makes sense, please. I don't want to hear anyone out there's been burnt or okay. But all that being said, beautiful ones, I mean, at the end of the day, you will end up with loads and loads and loads of coconut free fatty acids, which again, as I've just said, we can use those in our skincare formulas. You can make my coconut acid face cream, or you could even make a body cream out of this. Just use more of everything. Just double up or even triple up your ingredients. You could even make quite a concentrated cream, I suppose, by adding 2 teaspoonfuls of free fatty. Just play around with it, beautiful ones. There's no rules to DIY skincare. And at the end of the day, you'll end up with a really super pure, unique and 100% to you unique formula, because obviously where you get your ingredients from, provenance of ingredients is different from where I get mine from. You'll be using slightly different amounts than I will. So no two formulas are exactly the same, if that makes sense. Hope so. But regular use of something like coconut acid face cream or even body cream will nourish the skin, because these are obviously very, very nourishing fatty acids. They will exfoliate the skin too, but because they are fatty acids, they'll do it in a very, very gentle manner, and also they'll also help to hydrate the skin and reinforce, the old vital moisture barrier. And as I said at the very beginning of this tutorial, they help to create an impervious layer across the skin, so that water in the skin stays there. It's not evaporating or your skin doesn't dehydrate, in other words. But I'm severely at risk now, guys, of having another case of verbal diarrhea. I'll teach you how to make my my coconut acid face cream, and then I'll show you how to use it and talk about price, and then we'll close for today. Is that okay? Let's do that. Right, beautiful ones, you'll need some coconut oil. There I'm using extra virgin. Coconut acids, which I'll teach you how to make separately. Bag of emulsifying wax. Jug with around 200 ml of water in. Moving swiftly on away from that piece of toilet paper, please. Thank you. A bowl to do our mixing in. 2 spoons, 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon, and we do use both of those today. So guys, get your pot of coconut oil, get it right. Your bag of emulsifying wax, and the old bowl to do the mixing in, and a tablespoon. So oh sorry guys, it's a teaspoon, not a tablespoon. What's the matter with me, eh? So into the bowl we're going to add 2 teaspoonfuls of emulsifying wax and 3 teaspoonfuls of coconut oil. That's better, isn't it? Yes, it is. Sorry, beautiful ones. Get that in that pot. That's it. Good lad. This goes into the microwave until it turns to liquid, guys, and put the water in the microwave as well, so it's all around the same temperature. If you go in with if you put cold water into the molten coconut oil, it will start to solidify. So get your coconut acids, and we're going to add a teaspoon of these. And because the molten coconut oil is quite hot, the acids will just melt into there. So we're going to add 5 tablespoonfuls of water. Give those a blend together. This cream will just gently exfoliate, those dead skin cells, which can stop skin from looking its best, or it just gives your skin a really nice glow, and it's ultra gentle as well, because these are fatty acids. Still alpha hydroxy acids, but fatty alpha hydroxy acids. So they add hydration to the skin too. Bit of elbow grease, please. Come on. Going a bit slow there, aren't I, guys? And by the way, guys, you may smell a very faint sort of goatish sort of smell, because once the fatty acids have been released from the coconut oil, one of them stinks of goats. It's called capric acid, and capric's Latin Latin for goat, I believe. It's actually named after the smell of the goat, and so. Just if you don't like the smell of it, and it's not an overpowering smell, but if it does become unpleasant, just add some essential oils. I'm really waffling today, aren't I, beautiful ones? I'm on form today. And as it cools, this cream does thicken up into. Oh, you might need to put it into the fridge, guys, because the coconut oil is quite brittle, so it takes ages to harden up. But it will do if you put it in the fridge. And that's how you make my coconut acid cream. Thank you so much for watching, beautiful ones. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next tutorial. Lots of love. So beautiful ones, that's how we make my face cream with coconut fruit acids, and smells gorgeous, it does. Still got that coconutty sort of smell to it, although the caprylic acid and the capric acid are coming through with quite a strong sort of goaty sort of smell. Again, if it's off-putting or you find it unpleasant, you could always add a few drops of essential oil. That should just vanquish the old smell totally. I would say certainly less than £3, because my pot of, where's me? Oh, it's over there. I'll have to show you this one. And this is the free fatty acids, but the pot's exactly the same as the one that was £3.99, I think. And then you've got your emulsifying wax, and caustic soda, I think, was £9.99 for a great big bottle of that. And again, we've only used a fraction of it, haven't we? So when to use coconut face cream with coconut fruit acids? I would say twice a day, beautiful ones. You'll probably notice results after about a week. Again, the exfoliation is really, really, really gentle, so it could be used by sensitive skin. Again, go in with a small amount and apply once every 2 or 3 days, and you can always build up if your skin starts to tolerate the old face cream with fruit acids. Can someone please think of a better name than that? It's just, you know, it's driving me up the wall. Should I put some on? Why not? So that should cover my entire chopsies. So I'll put a little bit there, there, and there. Hope you're all well, guys. Let's just rub that into the old chops. That just feels amazing, guys. It really, really does. I mean, my skin's pretty dry at the moment because I've been using the salicylic acid face peel. Although after a few days after that, then my skin returns back to normal and looks pretty good for about a month or so. But you know, dry skin and oily skin, any sort of skin could use this, could benefit from it. Put a little bit more on, shall I? Put some on the old Schnuften around. Yeah, this is a preservative-free formula. Again, if you want to put some preservatives in it, do feel free, or keep it in the fridge. Just rub it into the old choppies. And by the way, guys, you know my phone kept pinging the other day at the old dating sites. I do get a lot of requests on there, however, I ignore them all. I do. I ignore every single one. There's only a few people I'm particularly interested in. That's not for here, though, is it? No, definitely not. Right. Right, guys. So that's a layer of the old face cream with coconut fruit acids on. And my skin feels incredible now. Really, really, really hydrated and plump and supple and just full of moisture. And the more you use this, the better your skin will look, because you're exfoliating all of those dead skin cells, which are causing muddiness, dulling your skin surface. Do you know what I mean? And the way the light waffling, right? Sorry. But yeah, no, I mean, that smell, I do like the smell of it. I don't particularly like the smell of goats, but I like the smell of capric and caprylic acids, if that makes sense. Possibly not, but it certainly doesn't smell of coconuts anymore, guys. There is a slight sort of odour of coconuts there, because obviously we got it from coconuts, didn't we? However, I think that's incredible that just the addition of caustic soda can utterly transform oil into totally different compounds, in fact. You know, and these free-form fatty acids are just so good for the skin, guys. They are ultra hydrating, ultra exfoliating, but in a very, very gentle way too. So your skin will just look amazing, guaranteed. Right, beautiful ones, that's it for today. What have we learned today? Now, we've learned how to separate free fatty acids from an oil, haven't we? That was the first part of the tutorial. Second part of the tutorial, we actually use those fatty acids to make a skin cream with, one which would just make your skin look amazing. And again, you know, with regular use and right, okay. But certainly a cream which is utterly unique, and you won't be able to buy anything like this in the shops, guys. And a lot of the formulas I make, I would sell as because I have had 3 cosmetic companies in the past, and I worked as the innovator as well as they were my companies, but I innovated the products too. And everything I share with you guys are formulas which I would think up for that company. Does that make sense? I hope so. That really is it for now, guys. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, please do give this video a thumbs up. Similarly, Please do consider subscribing so you're kept abreast every time I release new videos. And all that remains is for me to wish you beautiful ones a wonderful Friday. It is Friday. Yeah, Friday. Have a gorgeous weekend, beautiful ones. And I'll see you all very, very soon for the next tutorial. Lots of love.